Hello, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Yasmin and today I'm going to talk you through some stretches that we can do on the ground and then we'll take them over to the wall to intensify the postures a little bit. So to begin, just find yourselves a space and maybe clear a wall ready for the second half of the session and we'll get started. Come all the way down onto your back to begin with, get nice and comfortable. And then when you're here, let's think about bringing the knees all the way in towards the belly and just beginning very softly by drawing circles with the knees. Let's try to take those circles in the other direction. And then gently finding yourselves all the way back to still. Let's keep hold of your right shin. We'll float the left foot down to the ground. See how close you can squeeze the belly and the thigh towards each other. And then maybe start to find some movement through the right ankle too. Change direction. And then relax. Release the hands. Extend the leg all the way up towards the ceiling. And we'll try pointing and flexing through the foot. Let's try feel some length down front and back of ankle, front and back of leg. And then gradually finding a pause, press your heel away, pull your toes towards you, find a strong hamstring stretch. Maybe see if the leg could come any closer towards you here. Option to get the hands involved, or you could use the fingers to ease some tension, some tightness from the back of the leg. In either case, we're going to take just a couple more breaths here. And then when you're ready, nice and slowly, let's think about giving ourselves some support. We're going to let the leg open out to the side. So maybe your right hand comes to the outside edge of your right thigh, and we'll let that hip open. Now just notice what's happening on the left side of your pelvis. If your hip's shifting or your bum, your glute is lifting, press that back down. Find a nice neutral pelvis, fully grounded. Maybe a little bit of support somewhere on the leg as you let it fall out to the side. And then extend the leg. Bring it all the way up towards the ceiling. Let's find a figure of 4. Bending at the knee, place the right ankle across to the left thigh and we'll draw that left thigh in towards the belly. Pause it there. You can have the hands involved or arms relaxed. Either is good, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And then the goal here is that we're thinking about opening up at the knee, at the hip. So if the knee's coming up towards you, I want you to actively press away. And then slowly float the left foot down to the ground, extend the arms out, cross that right leg more tightly over the top. Both knees fall to the left. Twist through the spine, shift your gaze to the right. Maybe the eyes are closed here. Feel a heaviness through the shoulders. Start to slow your breath right down. And then nice and gently, head comes back to center, as do the legs. Maybe blink the eyes open. Unhook and we'll swap sides. This time, left thigh squeezes in towards you. We think about interlacing the fingers and drawing that thigh as close as you can. And you've got the option here to start to circle through the left ankle in both directions. And then when you're ready, let's release the hands, extend the leg. And we'll think about pointing and flexing through the foot. And then hold in a flex. Press that heel away. Extend through the back of the knee. Find length through the leg. Maybe the hands get involved to ease some tension, some tightness out of the way. Or maybe the hands are there to assist a stronger stretch as you draw the leg closer towards you. And it really doesn't matter where those hands are. So you're always just bearing with where your body is today. And you want this to be relaxing, so rather than it feeling super strenuous, just back off a touch. If the head's lifting, relax, try to soften it down. Doesn't matter if the leg needs to be much further away in order for this to be a relaxing stretch rather than a super strenuous one. And then when you're ready, release the hands. We're going to find some support from the left hand on the outside edge of the thigh or the calf as you allow the leg to open. Now notice the hips, the pelvis. Try to keep grounded through that right hand side. Left hand is there to support your left leg. Hold it there, pause and breathe. And then nice and slow, bring the leg up. Let's find figure of four. So we bend at the left knee, left ankle to right thigh. Press the knee away. So rather than up, extend it out. Right thigh draws in towards your belly with or without those hands. Once again, just slowing the breath, pausing here. Breathing into the stretch and adjusting however you need to make this manageable today. And then nice and slowly float the right foot down. Cross that left leg more tightly over the top. Let both knees fall to the right. Shift your gaze to the left, ground down through both shoulders. One more breath where you are. And then nice and slow, head back to center. Bring those knees back with you. Draw the knees in towards the belly, take hands to the backs of the thighs, and we'll start to rock forwards and back to come all the way over onto all fours. So if you just begin to build up some momentum, and then maybe after 2 or 3, bring yourselves over the top. So you can think about crossing the legs, placing the hands down, and then shooting the legs out behind to find yourselves a box position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's go tops of the feet down to the ground. Inhale, rounding up through the spine, arch the upper back, pull the belly in. And as you exhale, elbows soften, chest and gaze go forward. Inhale, round the spine, arch the upper back. And exhale, chest forward, elbows soft. Last one, inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, find stillness. Come all the way back to a straight spine. Reach those arms forward. Find yourselves a poppy pose here, pressing through the palms, pressing belly back towards the thigh, forehead resting down towards the ground. Now, rather than the elbows relaxed, I want you to actively press through the palms and keep those arms extended. So no softening through the elbows if you can. Relax the head, press back, belly to thigh. Feel a nice long line all the way from the palms to the shoulders. And then a continuation of that line from the shoulders all the way to the hips. And then nice and slowly, we're going to glide the hands back in, find your way to all fours. Take the knees wide, bring the toes to touch. And we're going to thread under in a child's pose. So I want you to bring your right arm under first of all. Place your right cheek down. Keep those hips high to begin with. And then slowly control your descent. Bum sinking down towards the heel. Left hand shuffling closer. And allow yourselves to rest. Now it might be that this is enough as is. Or it might be that you re-extend that left arm forward. Think about bum and heel touching. Think about belly resting down in between those thighs. Tune into the breath. Let's take one more here. And then nice and slow, pull yourselves back. Bring yourselves up and we'll swap sides. This time it's the left shoulder, left ear, left cheek, the rest down. Keep the bum sent back. And then maybe you extend that right arm forward. Pause it there. Nice slow breath. Belly resting in between thighs, bum pressing back towards the heels. One more breath. And then gently, slowly ease your way back up. Find your way to all fours. from where you are, let's extend your right leg, find some length, bring the right heel up in line with the hip, and then pull the belly in. Notice that structure, that support. We're going to turn the toes just slightly to the right. As you inhale, bring that leg all the way around. Think about drawing the foot towards the face, and as you exhale, sweep the leg back. Keep the toes turned out. Inhale, bring the leg round. Exhale, bring it back. Last one. This time the foot's going to come all the way forward. So as you inhale, bring the leg forward, place it down. Let's get the foot to the edge of the mat. So it's not quite in a straight line, it's slightly wonky. Let me show you front on. So it's a little bit out. And then we're going to find a hamstring stretch. So we think about flexing through the foot, pressing back with the hips, lengthening through the spine. Now the more you curl the spine, the softer the stretch will be. So think about your belly pressing down, your chest lifting. Feel the length down the back of the right leg. And then nice and slowly, from where you are, we're going to adjust our stretch slightly. So soften, relax that tension. We're going to shuffle your right leg and place the foot down so that it's in line with the left knee. Foot fully grounded, pinky toe grounded, both sides of the heel grounded. And then from where you are, we're going to lift our chest up. Let's rest right hand down on right thigh. Reach your left hand nice and high. Take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, stretching across to the side. Now try to keep space on both sides of the body. Feel long. Tune into the breath. Let's pause it there. One more. And then nice and slow, float your way back down. Find all fours. Turn to face forward. Adjust the knees. Have a little shift of the hips from side to side. And then let's even you out. So we'll try the same thing, second side. This time the left leg extends. Let's bring the heel up in line with the hip. Pull the belly in. Feel supported. Take a breath in. Turn the toes to the side. Breathing out. Draw that leg round. Breathe in. Take it back. Twice more. Breathing out. Breathe in. Last one. Now this time it comes all the way round and wide. Breathing out. Place the foot to the edge of the mat. Flexing through the foot. Pressing the belly down towards the thigh. So rather than curled, extending forward. Elongating, pausing there. Tune into your breath. And then nice and slow, soften that tension. Take the foot out to the side, get the foot fully grounded, foot in line with the knee, lift your chest up. Let's do the second side, spine is nice and tall. This time left hand rests on left thigh, right hand reaches up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in. Take a breath out, glide it to the side. Feel long on both sides of the waist. Keep pressing that right shoulder open and back. And then nice and slow, float your way down. Find all fours, facing forward. Tuck your toes, downward dog, lift up. Now give your heels a pad. Take the feet hip distance, relax the head, lengthen through the arms. And we'll tune into the breath again. So just giving yourself space, time to pause, to notice any tension, any tightness in the body. And then gradually, slowly finding stillness, bend the knees, shift your gaze. Inhale, step or hop, take the feet to the hands. Exhale to forward fold. Maybe there's a deep bend in the knees here, relax your head. Inhale, sweep up, lift the arms, lift the gaze. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Step your feet nice and wide. Soften your knees, release those arms, go for a twist. Find a swaying motion. Make sure the knees are happy here. Maybe shift your gaze over the shoulder. And then when you're ready, finding yourselves stillness. Okay, for the next part of the class, we're going to head over to the wall. So take your mat with you so that you've got something to cushion your knees, and I'll meet you there. Okay, go ahead and find yourselves a space with as much wall as possible. If, like me, you are fairly limited, no problem, we can make do. Turn to face the wall, and we'll begin by placing our hands at shoulder height. start to walk the feet away until you can find a nice straight line from your hips to your palms. Think about the back maintaining its length here. Try to avoid any curling or arching. Think about pulling the belly in. Nice long lines from palm to hips and from hips to heels. So let's just give ourselves a few more moments here, pressing firmly through the palms, sinking into your first wall stretch. Allow the head to relax, the breath to soften. And then gradually starting to think about making your way back up. Take your time here, no rush. Lift your gaze, ease your feet closer to the wall, and then turn sideways on. We're going to stretch that arm that's closest to the wall up towards the ceiling, fingers pointing upwards. Now you decide how close to stand towards the wall. The bigger the distance between the wall and you, the softer the stretch will be. Pausing here, starting to open the shoulder in a slightly different fashion. And then gradually, as we pause here for longer, allowing that arm to move like a clock face from 12, gradually easing itself down to 11. Notice how your body tries to twist and adjust out of the stretch and continuously try find the balance between that push and pull. In your own time, edging the hand lower down the wall, coming towards 10. Maybe easing towards 9. And giving yourself time in any of these that feel like a particularly good stretch for your arm. Continue that motion down your clock face, easing the hand gently closer towards the floor. Nice and calm, focused on the breath. And then eventually finding your way back to 6. Let's try even ourselves out. We'll turn the second side. We'll reach the hand nice and high, fingers pointing up towards the ceiling. Again, you decide how close those hips are, those heels are to the wall. Adjust as much as you need, find yourself space. And we'll give ourselves time here to allow the arm to move along the clock face. Bringing that arm down from 12 to 1, maybe pausing there. And then in your own time, slowly shifting the palm back to 2. Try avoid that body twisting to avoid the stretch. And then gradually maybe the arm floats down towards 3. You decide when to move, find where feels best and pause it there. Spend more time in the areas that need it most. Nice calm breathing. This can be a particularly strong stretch, so just give your body some time to sink into it before you think about shifting that palm a little bit lower down. Just a few more rotations now. Stretching out the shoulder, opening across the front of the chest. And then gradually finding your way back. When you're ready, turn to face the wall. Let's go hands at shoulder height again. And this time we're going to allow the back to bend. So we press the chest down. We feel that length strongly opening through the chest. Nice strong shoulder opening stretch here too. And if the legs are long, you might feel a hamstring stretch at the same time. Pressing through the palms. Gazing up will make this stronger. Head relaxed down will make this softer. Try find those nice long lines from palms to shoulders, from shoulders all the way to hips. Again, just give yourself some time to breathe, pause, sink into the posture before you uncurl, easing your way back up. Let's release the wall, check in with the shoulders, and then begin to interlace the fingers forward facing. We're going to bend through the knees, tuck the tailbone down and stretch out the upper back. Drop the chin in towards the chest, pause it there for just a moment. And then nice and slowly lengthening through the legs. Let's float those palms all the way to the back of the head. Hug the elbows in and then drop the chin towards the chest. Option to pause here in stillness or find a bit of movement through the head from side to side. Try soften any tension, any tightness. And then finding yourselves back to center, release the hands. One final check-in with head, neck, shoulders before we come to our next pose. So for this pose, we'll place the left foot on the wall. Try think about that heel being in line with the hip and a nice distance away from the wall with the right leg. As you breathe in, reach the arms up, and as you breathe out, we'll take a forward fold. Now bear with your body today, no pressure if your fold is much softer. Option to reach those hands to the wall, to the calf, or if you fancy a stronger stretch, you can relax those arms all the way down towards the ground. Wherever you are here, there's an active press through the foot. That's what's going to keep you balanced on the wall. Regardless of where you are, take a few moments to breathe. Feel the length all the way down the back of the leg. Maybe see if your head could be any heavier. And then gently easing your way back up. We're going to find a side stretch. So we lift to tall, we adjust the grounded foot, we let the hips open, and then we think about lengthening that left arm along the left leg. Reach your right hand nice and high and find yourselves a side stretch. Find length on both sides of the waist. Adjust as much as you need to feel comfortable here. Now notice that the right shoulder will try and creep forward. Keep pressing that right shoulder back. Maybe lift your gaze, lift your chest. Left hand can rest on the shin or relax down to the ground for a stronger stretch. Pause there. And once again, just listen to the body here. No pressure to sink lower than is comfortable. We're going to swivel to forward fold over that right leg, get the palms to the ground, and then slowly hop your right foot closer towards the wall. We're working towards a split stretch here, so it might be that that right foot stays quite a long distance away from the wall, or it might be that you're able to get that right foot much closer. In either case, try keep the hips nice and square. Press down through the pelvis. Press through the palms, nice long spine. You decide how far to go. Maybe relaxing through the head, lengthening the spine, tuning into your breath. Strong posture here, so no pressure. Soften as much as you need. Let's go one more deep breath wherever you are. And then nice and slowly starting to exit your posture, reaching that left foot all the way back down to the ground. We're going to come onto the right knee and find ourselves a quad stretch. So we need to shuffle closer to the wall. The goal here is that you'll be able to get that right knee grounded, right foot easing up the wall. Maybe the hands stay grounded. The closer the knee is towards the wall here, the stronger the stretch is going to be. Maybe it feels okay today for you to lift the hands up onto the thigh and lift the chest. That will intensify the quad stretch. Think about drawing the tailbone down towards the ground. Think about tuning into your breath, making sure the knee feels comfortable here. You've got some padding underneath. And then gently ease your way down. Take a forward fold and uncurl to a stand. Step your feet as wide as the mat, soften your knees and sway from side to side. Allow the arms to swing, the body to twist, the gaze to go over the shoulder. And then nice and slowly starting to ease yourselves back towards still. We'll adjust to face the wall and we'll think about taking those same stretches on the second side. This time the left foot is grounded, the right foot is on the wall, and again we're thinking about finding the heel in line with the hip or thereabouts. Keep pressing the foot into the wall. That's going to give you stability. Breathing in, reaching up, breathing out, folding forward. No pressure here, it might be different on this side. Allowing your body to fold at a place that feels comfortable. Option to adjust the hands, maybe hugging onto the back of the shin. Or maybe even relaxing the head, relaxing those arms all the way down towards the ground. Keep pressing foot into the wall to keep you nice and stable. Adjusting anything that needs adjusting if it's not feeling comfortable for you on this side. ready, nice and slowly, we'll start to think about opening at the hip, adjusting that left foot, reaching right hand down towards right shin, left arm comes up and over in our side stretch. Now really think about pressing back through the left shoulder. Keep the chest open, maybe the gaze lifts. Feeling nice and strong through the legs, still pressing the sole of the right foot into the wall. Long on both sides of the waist. And then gently easing your way out. We're going to take that forward fold. We glide the hands down. We're folding over the top of the left leg. And we let that right foot shuffle much higher. Coming into your split stretch and being aware that it may well be different on this side. It really doesn't matter how close to the wall you get that left foot. The closer you get it, the stronger it will be. So just listen to the body and adjust accordingly. If you want to intensify, think about pressing the belly back towards the thigh. Think about walking those hands closer. Check in with the hips here. Try to keep them nice and square. You may also find that right knee is slightly bent. That's totally fine too. And then when you're ready, starting to think about exiting, bringing the right leg forward, placing the sole of the foot to the ground, and we'll find that quad stretch on the second side. Allow the left knee to shuffle so much closer to the wall so that the left foot can draw up the wall. Hands can rest on the ground or climb up onto that right thigh. Find your balance, lengthen your spine. Think about drawing that tailbone down towards the ground. Spine is nice and long. Breathing here. Pausing in your quad stretch. And as always, adjusting however you need. One more breath where you are. And then nice and slowly starting to ease your way back down, palms to the ground. Step to a forward fold. And uncurl, take your time, let the head be the last to lift. Step the feet wide, soften the knees, and take that rotation from side to side once again. Find stillness. Bring yourselves to the wall, lower yourselves to a sit. Get those hips as close as you possibly can so that you're able to lie flat on your back with the bum touching the wall. When you're comfortable, allow the head to relax, bring the soles of the feet together, and let those knees fall out nice and wide. This is a variation of a grounded pose. You're welcome to rest here, or you could get the hands involved to actively press the hips a little bit deeper, opening the stretch up a bit more. In either case, we're going to pause here, taking a few deep breaths. Let the head be heavy, let the shoulders relax. And with time, start to feel the hips opening. Two more deep breaths wherever you are. And then when you're ready, nice and slowly easing the knees together, gliding the feet higher up the wall. Keep the right foot grounded. We're going to take a figure of four stretch here with the left leg on top. The closer that right heel comes towards you, the stronger the stretch is going to be. So if you want to soften, glide the right heel higher. If you want to strengthen, glide the right heel lower. That's going to help you open up on that left side. Try think about pressing the bum down towards the ground. So if those hips are lifting really high, you might need to soften the stretch by raising that right heel. Find a stretch that works for you today. Try relax as much as possible. And then release yourself from the pose. Let's try set ourselves up for the second side. So we glide the left leg nice and long. This time it's the right leg on top. You decide how low that left heel comes. No right or wrong here. It might be different on this side, and that's totally fine. Let's go one more deep breath. And then when you're ready, we can start to think about relaxing. Start to release the legs. And we're going to take this into a hip opener, one leg at a time. So you might need to shift and adjust to find yourself some space. Let the left heel rest down and we'll extend out nice and wide with that right leg. Now the goal here is that you allow the hips to open as wide as possible. Feel supported by the wall. And give yourselves time to pause. Ideally here your heel would be on the wall still, if you've got the space that is. And then when you're ready, let's start to adjust so that we can take that stretch on the second side. This time it's the left leg that's going long, the right leg that's bent, resting down. Think about extending that left leg as much as you possibly can. Allow gravity to assist in opening up the hip. And if you have the space to, let's try extend both those legs out nice and wide. Both legs at the same time. Extending those heels away, stretching out through the inner thighs. And then eventually softening and uncurling. Ease your way out. Find your way to a sit, seated however is comfortable, spine nice and long, check in with the shoulders. Stretching those arms out nice and wide, flip the left palm. Inhale, arm rises up. Exhale for a twist. Take it across to the right thigh. Lengthen the spine. Adjust as much as you need. Maybe shift your gaze towards that right shoulder. Nice and slowly uncurl. Let's even out. Inhale high. Exhale across. Lengthen the spine and shift the gaze. And then nice and slowly uncurl. Bring yourselves forward. One final check-in. Head, neck, shoulders. And we say namaste. Thank you ever so much.